This is actually what I do to help people who are searching for jobs, target their search, and it's very, very effective. So we'll go with a case study again. So here we have in enhancing your job search. Here we have a developer who's actually seeking to work with an entertainment company. First thing that you're going to do, just like the company, is you're going to analyze the marketplace. It's really no different. You're just in an opposite role. So identify the tools that you need, do research, social media online, and event networking. So let's get into it. Those are all going to be steps. Step 1, track your progress. Identify the tools that you like to use. Like for me, I said it was an Excel spreadsheet. So if you're going to work with an Excel spreadsheet, these are the headers that I actually utilize for tracking job ads. So you can go to Monster, Dice, and all these different things, copy and paste the title and all this information. So these are the headers I generally have. I have company, I have position, I have points of contact, and then I have online registration, resume upload, like questions if I had done that or not. And maybe like if I went online, my username and my password, track this stuff in one Excel spreadsheet, refer to it later. You'll begin to see a trend of companies that are hiring. It's very, very useful. Notes, my favorite, received an auto response after I uploaded my resume. If we find a match, we'll call you, that sort of thing. Very typical, very automated. So the second thing, okay, so you got your Excel spreadsheet, you've populated the headers, okay, you're ready to get going, right? Okay, the second thing you're going to do is set up a job search email account, a dummy account, because what we're going to do is we're going to set up a job alert that is going to populate an email account, and you're going to get so many jobs in it, you don't want it to interfere with your normal everyday email account. So set up a dummy account, maybe call it Jobs for Stacey, or whatever your name may be, that one's used, at gmail.com. Okay, so we got an Excel spreadsheet, we got a dummy account, we're ready to go. Okay, let's go to the second step. Second step is to conduct your research. Okay, here we go. There's Monster, there is Career Builder, there's Dice. You can go to each one of those, or you can save time. How many have heard of Indeed.com? Great. Indeed.com, for those of you who do not know, aggregates all these job boards into one job board. It's very, very useful. It will pull Monster, Career Builder, it will pull the ladders, it will pull all kinds of different job boards into one. You literally put in a title like software engineer, QA, and a radius, let's see here, to where you want to, for where your search might be, and it pulls it all and it sends it to an email. So you're actually going to send up Indeed.com email or account, and then set up an email alert to send to that dummy account that you had set up, okay? Have it sent daily. Make it your job daily to check your email and populate, copy and paste the title, anybody who might be in the description that you should be speaking to into your Excel spreadsheet. And like I said, after a couple weeks, a month, you're going to start to see a trend of companies that are looking for your particular skill sets, and a trend will form. You'll be like, okay, MGM's hiring for me, Red Bull's hiring for me, this company's hiring for me. I'm going to start hitting these guys up. And I'm not going to start with just a resume that I upload online. I'm going to follow up with an email. I'm going to follow up with a phone call. I'm going to make this a process. Okay, the one thing that Indeed.com does not pull from is Craigslist. That is important to know. And I also want to specify this. Monster, Career Builder, Dice, these online resume boards cost companies $20,000 a year to utilize. They're very, very expensive, okay? Craigslist costs 25 bucks, okay? So in this recession, in this economy, if you're not looking at Craigslist for your jobs, you're really missing up a lot, you're missing a lot of opportunity. So Indeed and Craigslist. Niche boards out there, Odesk, Elance, I'm sure you maybe have heard of those. They're very interesting. Companies actually put a project out there and allow for you to bid on it. It's kind of like eBay for jobs. So now we're going to get into step 3, social networking. So just to mirror before how the companies utilize social networking channels, companies spend a lot of their resources into these social networking. You should too. Tap into what they've already developed. All right, so social networking sites, it's all about who you know. And social networks that connect people and companies include LinkedIn. You'll get recommendations from managers. How many are on LinkedIn? Okay. I'm a huge believer in LinkedIn. I use it all the time. I connect on it. In fact, and I do staffing placement. So I will see jobs on LinkedIn, and then all the people that are in my network, if I click on a job, their names will pop up, and LinkedIn will say, it probably does my job for me. It will say that this person would be an excellent match for this opportunity. And I'm just like, great, I'm going to call them. So really useful. And also, if you have a friend who did the same thing, they clicked on a job, they're going to call you up and say, hey, buddy, I was looking at this job, and it said you'd be a fit for it, and I know you're looking for work. Viral marketing, word of mouth. Recommendations from managers. Reference checks are huge with any company that you go into. They're going to ask for your references, your background checks, blah, 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 what have you. Currently, right now, if you are working in a position and you have a manager or you still have a relationship with a manager, before 5 years goes by and you lose touch and don't know where they're at, ask for a recommendation. Get it in their words. John Doe was a fantastic employee. We thoroughly enjoyed him. We really, he saved us time and money, whatever it may be. That is in their words, and it's on your profile for a good long time. It's excellent. I actually wanted to have Daniel Egan say a few words about his online blog, which is The Sociable Geek, and .com. And I don't know if maybe you guys know Daniel Egan from Microsoft. He's a developer evangelist.
Oh, I've been on Twitter for 2.5 years, and I had the same exact impression of it. And someone explained it to me in a fantastic way as a developer, and that is, if you've ever needed a job, we're talking about networking here, right? And we're talking about networking on social media, and there's a couple ways that Twitter is fantastic for you. First is if you have people that you know around the country, if you go to the PDC or any stuff, it's a great way to keep up on what they're doing. So when you go and see them in person, you know that they just had a kid. You know that they went to Egypt on vacation. You know that his wife just turned 30. So it's a great way to start conversation in person. So Twitter's great for that. You can filter out the I just ate a sandwich, the I'm going to class now stuff. The second thing is, as developers, there's tools out there, there's APIs. How many people in here are developers? So all of these social networks, we'll just stick on Twitter, but they all have an API that uses REST-based services. So what you can do is target exactly who you want to follow. Sitting there in front of the computer and following someone one by one and trying to find them takes a ton of time. But you can do a quick REST-based search to find out people that are talking about Azure or C# or .NET and automatically follow them. A few lines of code, it's super easy. So now you're not looking for people that are talking about nothing. You're looking for people talking about specific things that you care about. And the third thing is, if you're trying to build a personal brand utilizing social media, it's a numbers game, right? If you want people to go to your blog, right? We already talked about building a Twitter base that is of people that you care about and care about things you're going to talk about. Well, when you do blog posting, you're hoping people come to your blog, just somehow find out about it, right? But if you build up 2, 3, 4, 6,000 people in your Twitter sphere that actually care about .NET, and you send out a post, in Twitter, you're going to keep driving traffic, and that builds who you are and what you are.
I think it's better to highly focus on blogs and just have the Facebook and the Twitter in order to integrate your blog feed into those to populate the information. But that Daniel brought up a great point, that it's important, how are people going to even know your blog exists if you don't push on Twitter and Facebook? So maybe to that point, to really pay attention and again listen to people who would be interested in your information, listen to them, respond to their comments on Facebook. I mean, the whole point is to engage, or on Twitter. And the key is you don't say, I have blogxyz.com. You just have it in your profiles. You have it in every profile, and it's consistent. So then people are like, wow, that was really valuable information you shared with me. You really listened to me. And then they go to your profile, check you out, and that reverts back to your blog.